Hi, this is Dave from DaBelly. We're at NAMM 2017. Today we're going to talk to Andy Manson about his creation. This amazing guitar, Luthier, and doing some very amazing and artistic work. Tell me a little bit about your guitars.
Okay, well, I work solo. This is my 50th anniversary year of building. I built my first guitar for my own use in 1967. Wow. I built, I don't know how many, over 1,000 since then. And here I am at NAMM for the first time. I brought a few guitars here, but I didn't actually have to bring any because there's a man who lives here in Anaheim who collects my work, and he very kindly lent all of these instruments for the show.
I'm sure that's a beautiful thing. A lot of shipping there. Tell me a little bit about this Mermaid guitar that you have here.
Okay, well this is now about I think about 12 years old, and it was finally sold last year to this guy in Anaheim. Yeah, it was a bit of a result of I think a moment of madness, maybe. Yeah, I've spent so many years building guitars, and people enjoy refer to us guitar makers as artists, and I always argue we're not artists, we're mechanics, we're engineers, we're making tools. And anyway, it came around. I thought, well, I'd really like to find out what this art business is. What is art? What does it mean? What happens to you? What do you experience when you do art? You know, and so I thought, well, if I'm going to do art, what's my medium? Well, my medium is guitar building. So if I put that together with, I'd always had this notion in my mind about how the guitar is iconically this female form and represented as such in so many ways in art and so on. I thought, well, it would be really cool to build literally a life-size representation of the female form incorporated in a guitar, or a guitar incorporated into her. So I didn't do any. I just started building it. I just improvised it as I went, and I got the torso done, and I'd figured out what to do with the arms. And then I got to the leg section, and I thought, I want this thing to be freestanding. And so, and I'd established that the neck was going to be sticking out the side, and it's going to work. So I thought, how am I going to deal with that? And the thing just transformed itself in my mind into, a mermaid has a tail which can go wherever you like to put it. So that counteracts that. Now the interesting thing with that is that the mermaid is actually a transformational creature. When they come out of the water, they transform, the tail transforms into legs and vice versa. And there is something about working in art that I think it's it's a transformational process that you go through when you produce art. So there's this whole thing, this theme going on about transformation for me. When this was happening, it was just happening kind of by itself in a way. And so yeah, it was quite a trip.
Is it playable?
It certainly is. I can show you how
Sure, please. Take a moment. Choose. What you have here?
Yeah. Yeah. So it weighs 9 pounds, which is somewhat less than a Les Paul. It's entirely playable. It has a pickup in the bridge, but equally, the hollow of the head works like a monitor. You hear the sound coming from there in your right ear. That's another part of the art side of it. The hollow head is. I had a notion when I was building that when I'd finished it, I would then come up with an idea of what it was that I thought about what art is, and I would make a little sculpture that would go in there that would make that statement. Well, as you see, it's still empty, so I have no idea what it was about.
Well, it is beautiful work, and I'm amazed at how light it is. You said under 9 pounds. It's remarkable. It must be mostly hollow, right?
Yeah, completely hollow. Yeah. Well, obviously, apart from the neck or but no, it's hollow all the way down to the end of the tail. Yeah.
Well, it's a very beautiful design. I want to congratulate you on your work. Okay? Thank you for spending a moment with us.
That's great. Thanks very much.
Have a good show.
We've been 60s, so come for the charge.